Hello, my name is Shamie,
And I'm Malia.
and we're going to talk about Montreal, Canada. A brief description of Montreal. Montreal is located in the southeast of Canada, and its is Quebec. The city itself is located on an island. Montreal is the second largest city of Canada and the largest city in Quebec. The official language is French, but they speak English too, and is the second largest French-speaking city in the world after Paris. Montreal comes from Mont Royal, that means Royal Mountain in French, but originally it was called the City of Mary. Montreal is a big important piece of Canada's development because it's a large Canadian industrial and commercial center as well as a major seaport. People travel to Montreal to visit its historical and cultural interests. Canada was a French colony, which means that Montreal belongs to France over 350 years ago. Why visit Montreal? One of the reasons to visit Montreal is because of its beautiful architecture. As we know, Montreal was colonized by the French, but the English contributed to the historical, religious, and modern architecture. It also has a barrier of unique architectural styles of different heritage. For example, Jewish, Italian, Chinese, and more. Another reason is festivals. Montreal is a city full of festivals. Throughout the year, Montreal is dedicated to host big events like festivals from literature, music, dance, and many more. The most celebrated festival in Montreal is Montreal International Jazz Festival, the largest of its kind in the world. Now we have Underground City. If you decide to go visit Montreal during the winter and want to go shopping, you won't have to worry so much about the cold because Montreal has an underground city that it has businesses, restaurants, school, hotels, concert halls, and many more places. It's a really beautiful place and something different you can explore. Another reason to visit Montreal is because it's food. If you are a foodie person, Montreal is the perfect destination. The city offers a range of food-related festivals, for example, Burger Week. Throughout the year, the city celebrates the creativity of the local chefs. Also, the food trucks are a big part of the food scene, serving different fast foods and local foods. Now I'm going to talk about culture. Montreal is known locally as the city of the 100 churches because it has many beautiful churches and the largest church in Canada, that is St. Joseph's Oratory. As in Canadian city, Montreal has so many cultural features, including traditional manifestation of high culture, a long-lasting tradition of jazz and rock music, and visual arts, theater, music, and dance. Montreal has developed a unique cultural face in the world. Another characteristic of Montreal cultural life is to be found in downtown, particularly during the summer, promoted by cultural and social events. Now I will be talking about attractions slash historical sites. We have Mont Royal. It's a large rock hill in the city of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, at the west of downtown. Mont Royal rises 233 meters and lets visitors see monuments around the park and the beautiful downtown of Montreal. The park is the largest green spaces and was designed by Frederick Law Olmsted, who also designed New York City's Central Park. We have here Buick's Montreal, also called Old Montreal, is a historic neighborhood founded by French settlers in 1642. Old Montreal is a home to many structures from back to the era of New France. The district has a delightful feel of a Persian style and has many historic sites to visit and explore. Park Jean de Pro is one of the most precious places in Canada. The Biosphere located in this park is a beautiful museum dedicated to ecological issues. The building in the shape of a sphere and is the largest structures of its kind in the world. This park is located in the east of downtown Montreal in the St. Lawrence River, and it was created in 1874.
Now I'll be talking about how to get to Montreal. So, going from San Francisco, the flights range from $400 to around $700 round trip. And the airport at Montreal is the Montreal Pierre Elliott Trudeau Airport, and the flight takes around like 8 hours to get there. So, accommodation options. There are a few options for staying in Montreal, and one of those include hotels. So, hotels in Montreal range from around $500 to $50 per night. One popular option is the Ritz-Carlton Montreal, which is going for $517 per night. It's rated the number one best hotel in Montreal and is located in downtown Montreal. A more affordable option includes the Hilton Garden Inn Montreal Centerville, and it starts at $89 per night, it's also near the Palace des Arts Theater and the Palais de Congrès Convention Center. They also have facilities that include a steam bath, whirlpool, and an indoor roof swimming pool as well. And then a third option includes the Casa Bella Hotel, which is around $50 a night, and it's 3/4 of a mile from the city center. And they also offer free Wi Fi and parking. Um, Airbnbs are also a popular option for staying in Montreal. Uh, there are options to rent a room, an apartment, or the whole house, and it's generally cheaper than staying in a hotel. Single rooms can be rented for as low as $15 per night, while whole houses can be rented for around $50 to $140 per night. So it's a good option if you're traveling with a large group of people and you want to split the cost. Next are some travel tips for getting around Montreal. So, going from the airport, there's a public shuttle that goes straight to downtown Montreal, and the city of Montreal is relatively easy to navigate on foot. But they also have like a good public transportation system because there are 68 underground metro stations and 220 bus lines. And a single fare bus ticket costs $3.25 in Canadian dollars, which is around $2.50 in US dollars. A 3-day unlimited ride card costs around 18 Canadian dollars, which is $13.50 in US dollars. And another option for getting around the city is by using taxis or Ubers. They're also fairly common to use in Montreal and pretty easy to use. But it is better to have the address of the place you'd like to go written down so that there's less of a communication issue with your driver.
Now we are going to talk about the day one in Montreal. Have breakfast at Cora, a 4.3-star restaurant, to have a breakfast close to the Parc Jean de Pro. Visit the Biosphere Environment Museum. It For adults, the tickets cost $15, and for kids, it's free. Have a snack from a delicious food truck called Beer Tales and try their famous Beer Tales pastries before the next activity. For the next activity, it will be to go explore the rest of the park and rent a pedal boats for a fun time. It will be $25 per hour. Have a delicious dinner at an Italian restaurant called Beatrice with a 4.5 star. For the second day, it will be before having a tour of the city of Montreal, you need to have a delicious breakfast at a cafe called Olive et Gourmando. For the rest of the day, there will be a private tour occurring to explore and visit historic sites, for example, Old Montreal and St. Joseph Oratory. Is going to last about 3 hours and 30 minutes. The prices start at $50 per person. For dinner, it will be at Barraco. It's an amazing restaurant to eat some European food with a 4.5 stars.
For day 3 in Montreal, we're starting off with breakfast at a restaurant called L'Avenue, which is a brunch spot known for their diverse menu. Then there'll be a visit to the Montreal Botanical Garden, which features 22,000 plant species, 10 greenhouses, and around 30 thematic gardens. After that, there'll be lunch and some free time around the Plateau Montreal area, and then a visit to the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts. For the museum, tickets are free for anyone ages 20 and under. For ages 21 to 30, they're 16 Canadian dollars, and for 31 and over, the tickets cost 24 Canadian dollars. And then finally, the day will end at a French steakhouse called Maggie Oaks. Day 4 will include a day trip to a local island in Montreal called St. Helens Island. One option there is to visit La Ronde, which is the largest amusement park in Montreal, and tickets are $60 per person. Um, that amusement park is actually owned by Six Flags, which also has amusement parks in California as well. And another option while on the island is to tour the city and visit other attractions and shops that are available there, which includes nature trails and historical landmarks. And then dinner will be at Damas, which is a Mediterranean restaurant. For the final day in Montreal, it'll start with getting brunch at a restaurant called Holder, which is a place known for its French and European cuisine. Then there'll be a stop by the Notre Dame Basilica of Montreal. And then finally, a shuttle to the Montreal Pierre Elliott Trudeau Airport, where there's also many restaurants and shops available inside. And one of those shops includes the Montreal Bagel, which is near Gate 52. And that's it for our presentation. Thank you.